Hi, I'm Joseph Hoffman, and this is part 2 of a 3-video series on playing March in D major by Carl Philipp Emanuel Bach. Today we're going to dive into learning the A section. Yes, we're learning the sections out of order on purpose. In part 1, we examined the B section, which is the more challenging section. That's so you have the maximum amount of time to work on the hardest part first, so with enough practice it won't feel hard at all. Now, the A section has some challenges too, but nothing you can't handle. Let's get started by checking out the score. In the A section, we start off with a lot of the same rhythmic patterns that we found in the B section. Once again, we start off with a pickup, which we're going to pretend we're in 4/4 time still as we're learning. So we'll pretend that's beat 4 and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and now, once we get it fast enough and we start pretending we're in cut time, this will then become an and of beat 2 and 1 and 2 and 1. But as we're learning this, pretending we're in 4/4 will work wonders. Now, if you'd like to write in the counts on your own, feel free to pause the video to do that. But I'd like to skip down to measure 6 here to check out the rhythms for measure 6 and then how we're going to handle this trill and appoggiatura 2 ornaments that we have here. Let's write in some counts. Now, a few things to note about this. Number one, don't forget that this tie, whenever you have a curved line connecting two of the same notes, you're not going to play this second note. You're just going to hold it down through the duration of both, put together 2 and 3 and 4 and. And then, because we have this trill, what I did as the editor of this piece is I wrote in up here one possible way you could play this trill. Whenever you have ornaments, sometimes there are multiple ways you could interpret that. This is one way. We're going to play that appoggiatura as the C sharp here, and then do the trill just as a simple back and forth. Technically, you could do 2 back and forths, but that's going to get a little bit intense. So I did the simplest way you could realize this trill, which is what you see here, 3 and a 4 and, 3 and a 4 and. Very simple interpretation. So if we were to start here, we'd have 1 and 2 and 3 and a 4 and. Let's try tapping that rhythm while we count out loud. Ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and a 4 and. Pause if you need more practice with that. 1 and 2 and 3 and a 4 and. And of course, eventually that's going to go much faster. 1 and 2 and 3 and a 4 and. Or once we're in cut time, 1, 1 and 2 and. Now let's scroll down to analyze measures 8 and 9. I'm going to draw some boxes for you to analyze the chords. Right, again, remembering any automatic sharps we have from our key signature, take a look at what notes you can put together into a chord in this box and this box. Pause the video to analyze these 2 chords, then press play and we'll check it out together. All right, in this first box we have an A, E, A, C sharp because of our key signature. If we were to invert this down, we could see that as an A major triad. We know this is not root position because of this fourth. Whenever you see a fourth plus a third, you can know you're a triad in inversion. So we've got to go through the inversion. Now all our notes are thirds apart, which tells us that's root position. So this is an A major triad, which in the key of D major is our 5 chord, which we call the dominant. That's the fancy music theory word for the 5 chord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's the 5th diatonic chord using the D major scale. So that's the dominant chord. And then here we have A, C sharp, E, A on top. That also is an A major chord. So what is CPE Bach doing here? He's just building a fancy arpeggio using the notes of A major. That's why we practice arpeggios, why we practice inversions. So when you find it in your music, you already know what to do. So before we get to learning this, one last thing you could do is circle or write in a sharp symbol in front of any note that is automatically sharp. The F's and C's, go through the A section, find those sharps so it doesn't trip you up, and you can learn this quickly. Pause if you'd like some time to do that. Otherwise, let's start playing. So let's start right here in measure 8. Since we just analyzed this, put finger 2 on A, and then 1, 2, 4 will play these notes. So first let's practice playing this as a block chord. This trains your fingers to find the right notes, and then we're going to invert that chord up to here if I use fingers 1, 2, 3, and then play a 5 on top. So now we've broken this into block chords. Use the correct fingerings, 1, 2, 4 on this group, 1, 2, 3. Try this on your own piano, and then 5 plays the top note. And then you're ready to play it as written. 2, 1, 2, 4. Give yourself a moment to get ready. 1, 2, 3, 5. And that's just a 1 octave arpeggio there at the end. And then when you're ready, you can take out the pause and just cruise through it. Pause to work on measures 8 and 9, right hand alone, then press play when you're ready to go on. So once you have that at full speed, it will sound like that. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3. Now, you'll get there during your practice this week if you're not already. And now, let's back up and look at measure 7 so we can work on this trill. And let's slow it way back down. 1, and 2, and 3, and a 4, and. Let's just focus on the ornament part. 3, and a 4, and. So we're using those little notes written up above. T, ticky, T, T is what we're going for. Finger 3 is on C sharp. If you just think T, ticky, T, T, it's not so bad. Keep your fingers relaxed in a comfortably curved shape. Now you try. T, ticky, T, T. Your turn again. Good. Now let's back up to the start of the measure. 1, and 2, and. 1, and 2, and 3, and a 4, and. Pause the video and work on just that measure several times until you feel confident, then press play to go on. Now, let's back up to the start of the piece. Finger 1 is on A. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and finger 1 comes under, and I'm going to let you figure out the rest on your own. So I want you to get confident that you don't need me to show you every note. Pause to learn the entire A section, right hand, from the beginning down to the repeat sign. Work on just the right hand alone. Check notes, check fingerings, make sure you're sharpening all the C's and F's, and then press play and we'll check it out together. All right, I will demonstrate. You're welcome to play along with me or just listen. Here's the A section right hand part at a slow practice tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and a 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and then it repeats. If that matched what you played, great job. If you need a little more work, that's fine. Take all the time you need to get the right hand learned. And then when you're ready, let's check out the left hand part. Once again, I'd like you to pause and learn this on your own, but a few things I want to warn you about. Here in measure 3, notice we've got finger 1 coming under, and then we've got these octave jumps here from this low D, 1, 2, and 3, 4. So watch out for those octave jumps. Don't forget to sharp all the C's and F's. And also, don't forget here in measure 8, we've got that fingering we saw in the B section, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 5, 2, 1. Try to use that advanced fingering. Trust me, it will be a great fingering to help you out with even more advanced pieces later on. It will help keep your fingers nice and relaxed as you do that, those repeating notes. Pause to work on the left hand, all the way from measure 1 to the repeat sign, then press play to go on. All right, I will now demonstrate the left hand part alone at a slower practice tempo. You're welcome to play along or just listen. 4 beats, I'll count in, and then we'll start. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. If that matched what you played, great job. If there are any places that you need to fix, go ahead and do that now. Otherwise, let's talk about practicing this week. Continue to practice right hand and left hand alone until you feel confident that you know the fingers, the notes, the rhythms. Really confidently, also be watching for the articulations, like is it staccato or is it legato? Building those habits in from the start will help you a lot. And then when you go hands together, slow it way back down and notice that the right hand often is legato while the left hand is staccato. Both are staccato. Now the right hand holds. Right hand is legato while the left hand is staccato. So think sticky in this hand while you're staccato in this hand. Both staccato, hold the right hand. Now the left hand is staccato while the right hand is legato again. So think sticky up here and bouncy and light down here. Then watch out in measure 6. The rhythm's a little tricky hands together here. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. It will really help to slow this way, way down. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, or even slower. Go as slow as you need to and count out loud and watch how those notes line up. Which hand is playing on which counts? That's why we write in the counts. And then gradually speed that up. You might do that measure 20 times, maybe 50 times. Go slow, and that will be the faster way to get it confident. Slow is fast, as I like to say. Don't forget, you can use the metronome as a practice tool as well to help set yourself a steady beat and find a speed that's comfortable, then gradually increase until you're at full performance speed. But who knows? It may be a few weeks before you get up to that full performance speed. That's fine. Good things take time. Great job getting started on learning the A section of March in D major by CPE Bach. Happy practicing, and see you next time.
Okay, I got another one for you.
All right.
How do you cure a headache?
I don't know.
Put your head through a window and the pain will just disappear.
Okay, here's one. How do pickles enjoy a day off?
I don't know.
They relish it.